Should we keep this moment in the video?
No.
I feel like in the video there should be little segments that you only get in the video and not the audio. You know what I mean? Like us setting up for the episode is a whole like. Let me run back.
I had an idea for doing like a whole just like intro video.
You mean introduction for the video?
Yeah.
But not for the audio.
I mean, yeah. Then if you want to see it, you'll have to just like go on YouTube and see it.
Video. Yeah.
Yeah. We are back on. We are back in business. I'm still very awkward now.
Yeah, why are you being so awkward?
I don't know. It's weird. Okay, so I gotta say something. Okay.
What do you gotta say?
I'll rewatch the video on YouTube, and I gotta be honest. I don't know if I had like one too many glasses.
We had a whole ass bottle.
We had a whole bottle
of wine,
and it was good. And it was also my birthday on the last episode, and I was feeling good that night. But I will say that was that too loud again?
Yeah, it looks like it was a little too loud.
Okay, sorry if I'm yelling.
It's all good.
So it was my birthday. It was 2 a.m. and I was just super, super relaxed. That was the thing.
You were super relaxed, but also it was so late. You were very concerned that our neighbors were gonna like get mad at us and wake up and stuff.
I mean, yeah, remember? I mean, she came up here once and knocked on the door, and she was like, "Hey, can you guys not be as loud?"
And what was so funny is that she did that when we were barely loud.
Yeah, I don't even know what I did for her to come upstairs.
I think it's because you and our friend brought this new table. It was the day we got this new table, and you guys carried it in here, and we were like moving things around. And I guess it was like kind of loud, and she knows it had been loud before, so she came in here.
It was like
just like a. She could sense that it's going to be a loud night, so she was like, "Let me go and tell them to like not be loud."
Yeah, I don't think that was the problem. I think also because we were playing a video game, and you know, like you can kind of like if you miss a goal, you can stomp on the floor, or you can like drop something. So while we were playing, I was like, "Damn, we might be too loud."
Yeah.
And then she came upstairs. Next time she's coming up here, you're gonna talk to her.
Yeah, when she came and knocked at the door, I just stayed here and like nobody can see in the apartment from the front door.
And I had to just like
you had to just take it.
No, I had to go deal with it because I mean I knew you weren't going to.
Yeah, but I think like honestly, also it's an old ass building with very creaky, squeaky floors.
I think it's weird in the wintertime. Everything became way more like squeaky.
I think it's because it's the dry air, so maybe like the wood itself has like no moisture.
In the summertime it wasn't like that at all?
No, yeah, it wasn't that bad. Like now it's so bad, especially a specific area in the living room.
Yeah, it's a big area too.
Yeah. Wait, are you sure we turned on the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure. I mean, should I go check?
I don't know. Do you want to now?
I'll go check. But
okay, fuck.
1 second.
Just a little intermission. Sorry guys, it's just I have like PTSD from the last time we recorded that we missed like a whole 20 minutes of the episode because
that would be so bad. Imagine recording a whole episode and then just realizing like when I go up there to like turn off the camera, it's like
it was never on.
Yeah.
But we also spent the whole day together today, which is not unusual for us.
I feel like we shouldn't have talked as much as we did.
We didn't talk that much today. We talked a lot yesterday. I think we really like got into some things because we were kind of like, brainstorming ideas since we said, okay, Friday we're going to record. Yeah. So then
Friday is our official recording day, by the way. We really need to stick to that.
I think Friday is a good day because like the week is over. You have a lot of things that happen throughout the week. Yeah. You're about to go on the weekend. Yeah. But how do you feel about just like a general rundown of how do you feel about our last episode? Last episode.
I have a confession to make, okay?
Confession?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, like I liked it. And from like the comments that I've read, people liked it as well. Mm-hmm. But I do think that like I wasn't at like my best podcast
vibe.
Yeah.
Level.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was my birthday and I was glad that we recorded.
Yeah.
But I also just know that you know when you do something and you know that you just have like more to give?
Yeah.
That's how I kind of felt. And then just for that to be like the first episode of the new season.
After we hyped it up so much.
And I'm not even saying that it was a bad episode because a lot of people still really enjoyed it. But I know personally for me, you know, what I could have done.
Yeah.
So when I was watching it, I don't want to say I was like underwhelmed. But I also feel like maybe we should have recorded like the next day.
But the thing is, we kept
like in the
putting
morning
off
or something.
recording. And when we recorded that, I was still working because right now I'm on winter break. So I was still working. And since I work during the day, the only time I can record is at night. So, and when you record at night, you're tired. You just worked all day. Your levels, like energy levels, are kind of low, which is understandable. It's like podcasting is much harder than a lot of people realize.
Yo.
It's not just like, oh yeah, you just turn on the mic and you
don't
talk
just
and
turn on the mic
camera.
and talk. You actually have to say something.
Yeah. And I mean, yes, it is kind of just that, but the energy it takes and the concentration, even to have a conversation the way that we do, that isn't like I'm interviewing someone or something like that. It still takes a lot out of you. And it's not just like, you know, easy peasy.
Yeah. And living with someone at the same time. I feel like, you know what we need to start doing? We need to just like not talk. That's bad.
No, that's
bad.
not good. That's not good. Yeah. But I want to say a few things about the episode because I generally, before we started video, which was just recently, I never listened to any of the episodes after we recorded it because you were the one that edited the episodes themselves and like listened through it again and did little cuts here and there if necessary.
Yeah.
But once we recorded and we pressed like end and we were done with the recording, I never once heard that episode ever again.
The last one?
Any.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like I never listened through. I never listened once it was out. I just like put it out of my mind and I let it live on the internet.
Yeah.
And the thing that I loved about the podcast, like how it is that people can't comment.
Before it was on YouTube.
Before it was on YouTube, I didn't really think about it. And in a way, like we did kind of want to have a feedback. You know, we kind of felt like we don't always really know if this was a good episode or this is a bad episode.
But there is feedback on the reviews on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, but those kind of don't really. I think like more people leave reviews than Apple Podcasts actually shows the reviews.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Apple Podcasts doesn't really make it easy for people to be like, oh, I can comment right here. It's not really like on brand for them.
Exactly.
Like YouTube, you got those people who are just like
easily comment
that, which is great.
No, it's great, but I didn't really think about it because me as a YouTuber, out of like 100 comments, maybe even out of like 200 comments, I get like 2 bad ones. Like I'm very lucky. I don't deal with a lot of like negativity in my comments.
Oh, yeah.
But also on my YouTube videos, if there is a negative comment, it's usually like the last one was someone that said my blonde hair looks terrible and like I should cut it back and like make it dark again.
He was like,
fair opinion, whatever. It doesn't, to me, I laughed at that comment.
Yeah.
But with the podcast, it's so much exposing our minds and like, yes, we were already doing that because we've been doing this podcast for a long time, or a while. But now that we're tapping into, I guess, algorithmic internet, such as like Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, TikTok, the way that those apps work and circulate content is really scary, even though it's very beneficial.
Why do you think it's scary though?
It's scary because I'm like, I don't know
like you're the
who's going to be able to see this.
You're the last person I thought would think that's scary. And that this is something completely new for me.
I know.
So if you think, maybe it's because I don't know the YouTube world like as well. So I'm just like, okay, let's record. Like today I was like ready.
It's not that it's not that you don't know it well or something. I think it's that I don't know. I just like, for me, my little YouTube bubble as a vlogger I know it very well. It's very familiar and I feel very comfortable in it.
You feel more comfortable on YouTube than Instagram, you told me once.
Yes. And I also feel like...
But on Instagram, you can also comment. Or maybe you actually don't even post on Instagram.
But I don't even post on Instagram. That's the thing. So I feel like Instagram is not a known place for me. But then also... my own YouTube space is very different than like our podcast, because now our podcast is going to reach a completely different audience than my own YouTube channel. So anyways, it's just kind of how I've been feeling. Like, that's why when you said you're like reading all the comments and stuff, I was like going like this, just putting blinders on. I don't want to read any comments because I get very, very nitpicky. And even without anyone's comments, I'm already very critical, you know?
Okay.
And there's oftentimes that we finish an episode and I'm like, oh, was that good? Like, I can't even tell.
I don't know why I think anytime we record an episode, obviously I know that there's some that are like better than others.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when you, for example, when we had the off-topic episode, it was very random. I think we might have had one before that one that kind of sparked the off-topic idea. And for that specific one, you thought that we did a bad job because
like it just wasn't that good because it was very random.
And then so many people loved it.
Everybody loved it.
And then the next one, we were like, you know what? The next episode needs to just be called Off Topic. And I feel like that's my favorite episode that we did.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very tricky thing because what I think is a really good episode, or might have seemed like not that great of an episode, that our community or audience or whatever is going to take it so differently and receive it so differently, because you're thinking while you're recording, it's like, I have to be entertaining, I gotta say like cool shit that's like, you know.
No, but I don't even think like that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Like, I just wanna, and actually I even learned that like in the beginning when we first started, I kept feeling like I'm talking like to the listeners, right? Like I'm talking to the computer and like whoever's watching. And then over time, I think it took me maybe, I want to say like 10 episodes to finally realize that I just need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Have the conversation like with you, right?
Yeah.
So, but then when I really got comfortable is when you went to Romania. And then I did a solo episode.
And then you were forced to like deal with it without me.
Yeah. But I will say, speaking about like topics, for the first season, it was great, because we needed to like make it easy for people to know this is what we gonna talk about on the first one.
And it was easy for us too, because having a specific target topic in your head, then you kind of like have something to constantly be building off of, and you kind of never run out of things to say.
Exactly. Okay. But my perspective on that kind of changed, because now when I think about a topic, like I'd much rather sit here and catch up with you and talk about like whatever happened during the week or whatever we feel about anything. But if we have a specific topic, I feel like I have to, at some point, you're going to run out of shit to say.
Yeah.
So let's say, for
example,
example,
I think it goes
today,
the same way though. Like, even if you have a topic, I mean, not that this is a podcast,
right?
Like a podcast about podcast.
Right. No, okay, wait. Let me finish my thought, right? So let's say we're talking about, today we're going to talk about social media. So you talk about it, and then we actually done it a couple times where we just kind of like kept going in circles.
Yeah.
I didn't like those episodes because I'm like, while we're recording, I'm just like, we literally just talked about that. Yeah. And then you kind of want to make it, you look at the time and it's only like 20 minutes.
And you're like, oh, that's like you before you recorded, you felt like you had way more to say.
No, exactly. So not having like a specific topic, at least maybe for like the whole episode.
Yeah.
I think I like it because I can just like chill and just like talk to you, you know? Because if you have a topic, it's like, all right, I always said that. Now you're just like trying to pull shit out of
Yeah.
So I don't want to do like a lot of specific like episodes or titles for this like next season.
Yeah.
Like we can obviously do if like,
I mean, technically this one has a title and a specific topic.
No, it is, which by the way, we should like start
that
podcast. Yeah.
So
welcome to the pod. My name is Yoni Kodo.
Welcome to What's the Juice podcast with Alia.
And my name is Yoni Kodo.
You're literally going to do that every time.
I feel like I need to make a shirt that says my name is Yoni Kodo.
Yeah. It's like instead of saying with Alia and Yoni.
Yeah.
But the reason why... Oh, what were you going to say?
I was going to say the New Year is here.
Oh, yeah. Well, almost. But I wanted to talk about the reason why we've actually been inside.
Oh my God.
Today. If you live in Seattle, you are going to as soon as we say why we were inside all day, you're going to be like, I know the exact day that they were recording.
They probably already know if
yeah.
they're listening to now.
We were inside all day because it was so dangerous to drive anywhere today. We had what they call sleet or rain, frozen rain or freezing rain, or basically like the entire city was covered with a layer of ice.
It was thick ice too.
It was thick ice, and I'm talking about everything. Like all surfaces were covered in like a good chunk of just ice, like just everything.
Even like trees and like little bushes.
Yeah, and like people's cars, if you touched it, it was like a shell of the car on top of it, of just ice.
Yeah.
Like you probably couldn't even open your own door.
Yeah.
We didn't even try it because to go to our car, we had to slide down a hill.
Which we didn't even do the whole thing. We just went back.
We saw this guy trying to walk his dog, and he was like,
yeah,
this kind of like in the movies.
But you know what's funny? Like I saw him go outside with his dog, right?
He definitely didn't know it was that bad.
Okay, because he looked so confident.
Oh yeah, he was just walking.
So while we're holding on to things, he's just like walking, and the area he was walking was kind of like dry still, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this man is about to bust his ass and fall. And then as soon as he got to the main street, he starts like,
yeah,
he almost fell.
Yeah, he starts swearing,
yeah.
And then he made it down all the way to the main street.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a crazy, like we've seen so many videos of people's cars just going crazy on the street, sliding.
We actually seen one in person. There was a person that decided today was a perfect day to move. So, you know those big ass U-Haul trucks?
It wasn't the biggest one. It wasn't the biggest size.
It wasn't the biggest one, but they were
still a U-Haul.
Yeah, they were stuck on top of it's a hill, like at the top of the hill on the roundabout.
Yeah. And on a roundabout.
Yeah. And basically she couldn't make it out, and then somebody hopped in the car trying to help her.
They were moving out of our building.
I'm just wondering, why would U-Haul let you actually get a car on this day?
I know, right?
That's like
there's no way they don't know.
There's no way they don't know, but then also it's on the people who are moving. Why are you moving on the coldest day since fucking 1990?
Well, because if their lease is up today, they have to move out today. But you know what I'm thinking is...
It's the 23rd.
People's lease doesn't always end at the end of the year.
Yeah, but I
mean,
feel
like
like
at the end of the month.
As a landlord, you should be okay. Don't die trying to move, okay?
I know, but
like, don't
people
try
are desperate. Maybe they're flying somewhere the next day. Who knows the circumstances? But
so then when the man got in the car, like trying to like trying to move, he was trying to help her out. The whole time she was just like this. She was just like, oh my god, I can't. She didn't even want to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been. I mean, besides that. Thankfully, we didn't have any specific place to go. Also, by the way, if you hear any sirens in the background, it's because the streets are icy. So
yeah, shit is going down. It's been like that all day, actually.
Yeah, just constantly seeing, because we're right by a fire station. So.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we didn't have to go anywhere. So we had all the cozy vibes today. And as I said in the last episode, I'm really embracing all the winter cozy vibes. I'm not mad at it. If anything, I'm living my best life right now.
Yeah, I think, the thing is about being inside all day is that you have to make sure that you actually have food.
Oh yeah. Well, yesterday we made sure that we were loaded.
If you don't have food, like, okay, so earlier today when we went outside, right, we wanted to go to Trader Joe's.
But why did we even want to go to? I think we were just gonna go. I think you know how sometimes. At least it's what I do. But when you go to Trader Joe's,
it was your
sometimes
idea.
you just kind of want to go for the sake of going.
And you're fine or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like a fun activity because Trader Joe's is just a fun store to be in.
And just to let you know how dangerous it was, we actually didn't end up going at all.
And our Trader Joe's is like very close.
It's across the street.
Yeah. So
basically.
Yeah.
If you I'm not the type of person when it's that dangerous outside, I will do my best to like not order food online because someone will have to bring it over here.
I don't know why anyone would think I don't have food. Let me order food when I can't go get food because the streets are so icy and dangerous. I can't even walk on them. So let me get someone else to drive to the store or whatever restaurant to pick up my food and drive to my... What?
Do you know how many people actually do that? Like, people actually don't even think about what you said. They're just like, oh, I'm at home. let me just
I would
order.
think
I don't
there's-
have to deal with it, and that's messed up.
I would just think there's no one even like doing that. Like no one's like doing any deliveries of any kind.
You'd be surprised how many people don't even think about that.
I mean, to be fair though, like maybe if you are one of those food delivery drivers,
you're getting paid.
You're getting some money today.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I mean, the amount of videos we saw on Twitter of like cars in Seattle like smacking into other parked cars while they're trying to like it's fuck. That one video where this guy was driving and then he could see his car was starting to spin and he literally opened the door and rolled out of his car and his car just keeps going. And it's like also Seattle has a lot of hills if you don't know. And we actually live on an area that has a lot of hills. And even the smallest little hill up makes all the difference when it's icy.
Yeah, we actually got stuck. I think it was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Before
it was this.
Yeah, before it was this bad. We get in the car and then you can back up easily. It wasn't a problem. But then just like getting out of the parking spot and going up the hill.
And it wasn't like a hill. It's like a little bump. Like I don't even. It's like 20 degrees elevation. If anything.
20 is kind of high.
Like less than that. I don't even know 5.
Yeah, and I thought the car was fucked up. I thought like the like something just froze.
Yeah, because it didn't sound like it was the tires. And then I get out and I only look at one tire. I'm like, oh fuck, I think it's the car because the tire looked fine, but it was actually the other tire. And then this very nice lady who was a stranger.
Shout out to you if you
help us out.
Yeah,
I love it when strangers do that.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing about. When strangers are just nice to each other, and I know you hear this every day,
and they have no reason to be,
and you don't have a reason to help someone.
Yeah, it's not like you're friends and you have to be nice to each other.
And I feel like to me that's like the most like beautiful thing ever.
It's the most human connection.
Yeah, and I don't know. That's why I always tell people like I love talking to strangers and I love like hearing their stories because everybody's like so interesting.
We'll do a whole episode about that.
What'd you say? What did you say?
As I said, I realized I did not pronounce properly. I said we're gonna do a whole episode about that.
Oh, all I heard was yeah. Speaking of doing things online, I want to say something. Shopping online is becoming a problem for me.
Yoni be scrolling. Yoni's like in the other room, and I'm like,
I think I bought like I have like maybe 10 packages on the way here.
Wait, you bought things today?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because we were inside all day, and once I'm stuck inside, I can either read a book, which I don't do that often.
Yeah.
I can play video games, which I don't.
You don't do that because I'm usually watching TV.
Exactly. You usually just like hold the TV. I can't even do anything.
Yeah, I hold the TV hostage.
Yeah. I can be on Instagram. I can't really do. I just want to do something that's like exciting, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously, everybody loves. I don't know who doesn't love shopping, but okay, and this is why I'm talking about it. I'm talking about shopping online because I was thinking. So we're on YouTube, right now. This is like on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, do I have to like change my outfit every time we record? And I realized I was like, okay, I love wearing hats.
Uh-huh.
Obviously I just love clothes also, but I'm like, I can't wear the same thing every episode.
I mean, no, but you're guaranteed gonna wear that shirt because that's your favorite shirt.
Okay, yes.
You're gonna wear that shit in many episodes.
But I have to space it out. Like, let it maybe like...
You have to be like conscious about it.
No, exactly. So that's why I was just like... I wasn't getting things specifically for YouTube because I just needed...
But you were thinking about that.
No, I wasn't. Okay.
You were like, I need to get fits for the pod. Okay.
No, that's not true. That's not... Wow, should we call this episode Fits for the Pod?
No.
Anyways, I don't. Do you think?
So wait.
That?
So what did you buy?
No, I bought like 3. I have many hats that I like.
More hats?
Yeah, I bought more hats because I'd been meaning to do that anyways. Okay, and just like some jeans and like different T-shirts.
Guys, when I tell you this man has got like probably 10 pairs of jeans, if not more. And I'm talking about not like variety of colors. I'm talking about denim.
Like just blue
plain
jeans.
Denim blue jeans. And then one day I asked Yoni, hey, can you walk me through? And he loved this, by the way. I asked him, hey, we have a like kind of a walk-in closet. And Yoni's section is very neatly put together, so it kind of looks like you could be in a vintage store because it's also mostly vintage. And then,
is it vintage or is it vintage? Yo,
We went to Nordstrom, right?
was it Nordstrom?
It was Nordstrom where you were getting a pair of
Oh,
shoes.
right. It was, yeah.
And I don't remember how, but the guy that was helping us was
He was
like,
very
oh, yeah,
nice,
it's
by the
that
way.
vintage look.
Yeah.
And then since then, Yoni's been like, oh, yeah, is that vintage?
I think vintage, I never heard anyone ever say that
I
before.
was trying so hard not to laugh in the moment.
No, but he was so, you can tell it was part of his like language, vocabulary.
It's part of his language, English.
No, yeah, like he uses that all the time. So
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, this is like vintage and I really like it. And I was like, vintage. Okay.
But what's funny is, what's funny
Shit
is
is
that,
going down.
yeah, well, now that it's also dark too.
Yeah.
Just gonna wait a second.
I mean, yeah, let's just hope everybody's all right. Why would you go outside if you really don't need to?
Yeah.
Okay? Don't do that. What were you saying?
Oh, but what's funny is that since that moment, you've been saying vintage, like anytime you're talking about anything vintage. And I think you're going to catch yourself in a moment where you're talking to someone you don't know. And you're going to say like, oh yeah, I love vintage clothing. And they're going to look at your ass like.
No, I haven't done it yet. I do it to you. It started out with just a joke, right? Like I would just kind of mimic what the guy was saying.
But you say it all the time now.
I was like, oh, is that vintage? But
Kind of sounds good though.
no, it sounds better than vintage.
Yeah.
You know?
Is that vintage?
Anyways, sorry, like,
What were we talking about before?
I don't know. I was talking about like the walk-in closet and you were talking about how many pairs of
Oh
jeans I have.
and anyways,
So-
one day I wanted to I knew it would make Yoni really happy to explain to me the things about
my
his
God.
clothes because he's very specific. So I was like, oh, so like these pants and these pants, like aren't they the same? And then he basically walked through all the pairs of jeans that he owns. And
told you the exact difference for each
and
pair.
it was like these are actually the exact same, but one is slightly larger, so it fits more baggy. And then these other ones, this is a 501 Levi, this is a 505 Levi, and then this is the difference. And then this one has rips. This one doesn't have rips, and it's like a cleaner, slimmer look. And then this, and I mean that's cool, but
no, but that's why there's different kinds.
Yeah,
you know, it depends. Like if I wake up on a Thursday and I'm feeling. I love baggy pants, okay? So if I like just want to chill, for example, it's baggy vibes all the time.
Yeah.
501s, I kind of don't like them as much anymore because they're very like, they're kind of tighter.
Yeah, I don't even want to start talking or thinking about jeans because they're for girls, it's a whole different situation.
Yeah, which I think it's like, it's unfortunate because I see what you go
It's
through
just the
with
women's
pants.
bodies are just so unique.
No, but when you get so frustrated because you can't, for example, scroll on a website and then see your size and then just like, okay, this is my size, I'm going to buy it.
What my size is on one website is so different than what my size is on a different website.
Yeah. You know, I think for me, as soon as I see 34, like as in like the size for the pants, I'm getting that right away. I don't even have to think about it. As soon as I see just 30, even like 36 sometimes. By the way, just a tip for anybody out there. If you're struggling with finding like a good size for like, you know, your waist or your pants, always get something that's a little bigger. You can always like, you know, get it tailored and make it smaller.
Yeah.
Versus like, you know, adding fabric to make it like it's you do.
I don't know if anyone ever is thinking, let me add fabric to this.
No, I mean you can do it. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, so what was I saying?
I don't know what you were saying.
Yeah. Anyways, it's vintage from now on.
It's vintage from now on.
Yeah. 2022. Whoa.
2022.
Let me by the way, I don't know if people like know that English is not like my first language.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes with certain words I have like a different way of saying it.
Yeah. Or they're just harder to enunciate.
Or just to pronounce, like, period. Like, there's so many words in the English language where I'm just like, I would say it in a different way. So I don't want just people to like...
Well, not that person on my YouTube video that was like, Yoni can't say orchard. Oh my God, your standards are so low. I thought that women had higher standards for men to like be able to pronounce words.
Okay.
Do you remember that comment?
That person...
And I was like, oh yeah, not Yoni just speaking 5 languages and English being the 5th one.
I literally learned English when I was maybe like 16.
But before that, you also knew 4 other ones.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
gotta keep that in mind too.
No, I know. And when I read comments like that, or if I pronounce the word like in a weird way, I know the languages I speak and how much sometimes it's confusing.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I also mock you a lot, but that's because...
But I don't care about that.
Yeah, you don't care about that, but I just want to like kind of mention it right here because I think that if there's an episode where you say some weird shit, or even I say some weird shit, but especially if you say some weird shit, I always like comment on it and mock you about it. And I know some people are going to be like, oh my God, Ali is so mean, which by the way, and we'll get into the topic of the episode in a second, but, but I kind of feel like a lot of people think I'm like really mean in the episodes and like people like you more than they like me.
I don't think that's true at all.
I think that's true. But
why do you think that though? Like I never understood. Like you said it once before and I was like, why do you think that?
I don't know. I just feel like you're more fun than me.
That's not true. You're like people. The reason why we had such a like head start on the podcast is because of like your YouTube and like what you
I
had,
guess.
you know?
But then once you came on, I feel like people liked you more than like me. But at the same time,
That's not
we're
true.
together, so it's your success is my success,
and your success is
the
my
other way
success.
around. Yeah.
That was quick topic to cover right there.
Yeah. Anyways, it's the end of the year, baby.
I think 2023 was. I want to say
2022.
Oh yeah. 2022 was.
Another fucking siren.
Yeah. 2022 was good because I feel like the podcast really went to like another level. Okay.
Yeah.
Like on 2021, it was nice, but
it just barely got started.
Yeah, we just started it. Like I was awkward as fuck the whole time. Like I didn't know what I was doing.
We both didn't really know what we were doing.
No, but you were more comfortable because of the YouTube.
Okay, yeah, but I just mean it was so like kind of growing pains trying to figure out, how to carry on a conversation. Even though like looking back at it, if I listened to an episode then, I think it's probably still good.
From Pillow Talk?
Some of our first episodes, yeah.
Yeah. But it's okay to say Pillow Talk, you know that, right? Oh, we got that.
My mic is falling over.
Yeah, just fix that. Yeah, while Alia is fixing that, I wanted to actually, okay, here we are.
I got it, yeah. What were you saying?
No, I was saying that the beginning of podcast 2021, I felt very awkward. Okay, so I kind of want to go down like a year recap. Okay.
Okay, so 2022 then.
Yeah, 2022. That was when I feel like you had more happening in your life than me.
This year was a big year for me.
Yeah, because you start. I mean, should I say it? You should probably say it.
Yeah, I mean, I can just give a quick rundown. But 2022 for me was a big year because I graduated college, got my bachelor's of communication. Bachelor of Arts in Communication. And then while I was doing that, I was still doing all my YouTube and podcast. And then in my last quarter at university, I also started an internship, a 6-month internship that went through the summer and then into the fall. And then in October, I actually started as a full-time position in kind of the same thing. I did my internship. So a lot happened.
I feel like you did so much more than me this year.
I mean, it's not so much that I did. Like, I kind of just like, it was a moment where a lot of things were bound to happen. It's like, okay, yeah, I was going to graduate college no matter what. And do the internship and getting that job. That's kind of like the trajectory that is lined up for you if you're trying to go that more traditional work direction. Yeah.
I think for me, I just like my photography. It's kind of been the same as like the last year. I did get rid of my photo studio this year.
But it's like the end of the year when you got rid of it. So
yes, and I got rid of it because so the reason why I got the photo studio was because I wanted to work with modeling agencies and they wanted to have like a lot of work that
was very model, like
just like simple background, backdrops, different colors. I love black and white, so I feel like I really overdid that. Okay,
But I think that's...
But it helped me. It helped me build my website. Okay.
Yeah, and it's because at that time, remember you said it was like your main focus.
Yeah, it was my main focus. I didn't have a website. So anytime I want to reach out to a brand or like a company to work with, I didn't have a website.
Yeah.
That's why I never heard back from anyone, because it's like, okay, yeah, here's my IG. And then you can...
It just doesn't feel...
You can occasionally get like the mirror selfie, and it's like, it's not very... It doesn't make someone... It's not
feel
professional.
like you're legit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I got my website.
So that's something you did in 2020.
Exactly. And that was big for me.
Yeah.
I was so proud of that.
Especially because Yoni, if you don't know him personally, especially in like his work stuff, he's very, very, very meticulous and particular and perfectionist in detail. Your vision on things is so specific that it's like you wouldn't let any little thing slide if it's not how you want.
Even down to like what photo goes next to the next one.
Yeah.
Or what photo, like how is it going to look on the website? How is it going to look on the mobile phone? How is it going to look on, a desktop?
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, those things matter.
Yeah.
Even like with my Instagram. So by the way, if you listen to this, my website is www.yoniikoto.com.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah. Let me know what you think of the website. Any feedback, honestly. I really want to know what more people think of it.
Yeah. I mean,
I kind of have it on my bio, but I feel like if I don't mention it or talk about it a lot, I don't know how many people actually
click on it.
I guess I can see it if I just go to the analytics, but
yeah.
Anyways, check it out. Let me know what you think.
What else happened this year?
Oh wait, so I got rid of the studio because I wasn't shooting in it as much as I really wanted.
That stuff done.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I already have all the content.
Yeah, I already have all the content, but my website is to where it's already enough to show people.
Yeah, it shows that line of work because you're trying to like, let me show agencies and brands that I am like, I know and I'm knowledgeable about like studio photo shoots.
Yeah, exactly. And so then I think it was the month of October, or was it August or October?
When what?
Maybe September. I didn't shoot in the studio, not even one time.
Oh, it was summertime. Like most of the summer. I think it's also because it was so hot.
Yeah. But I just remember like paying that rent at the end of the month. I felt like I just took that money and just like put it in the water or some shit.
Put it in water.
Yeah, because if you throw it in the trash, you can at least like get it back somehow, But like if it's in the water, the shit is wet, bro. It's over.
Yeah.
Anyways, and that's when I realized I was like, it's probably time for me to get rid of the studio. And it was so nice to just be in there, though, even shooting, because you can control the environment. You're not. Nobody's sitting there watching you. All right, you got an hour. Yeah. You got 2 hours left. Whatever.
Like the lighting outside isn't changing.
Yeah, exactly.
You're working with,
you can play.
Light.
Yeah. So I am gonna miss that, but now I want to kind of move into like a different direction and like do more. I'm blanking on the word. What's the
outdoor?
Like, no, not outdoor.
Location.
But no. Yes, location shoots, but more with like a very specific idea.
Oh, concept shoots?
Yeah, exactly. Concept shoots. Wow. Yeah. I should know that.
And speaking of, I think it's important to mention how, like, I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, sometimes when I'm looking for music for my YouTube videos, or I'm looking for, like, something that I did in a different video, or a place I went in a different video, every couple months, I end up watching a few of my old videos. And I did that recently because I was looking for, like, music inspiration
Sorry, is that the day you just kept on like watching your first video, your second video?
So it wasn't so far back, but I was just watching videos from when we were like in the old apartment, and like I had like my natural dark hair,
your short hair,
and yeah, I mean I didn't go that far back to my short hair, but either way, and I did that pretty recently because I was looking for music, and I was like, damn, I was at such a different place. I was in school. I didn't even have my internship yet. It's just like the lifestyle. I was remembering like the kind of clothing and style I was in, the kind of like food I was eating, and food that I was cooking at home, and my perception on certain things.
Yeah. Do you remember the rings and like the colored nail polish?
Yeah.
That was the
I
vibe.
was
I
doing
liked
like
it.
the long ass nails, and I was very like in the trends.
Yeah.
And it just made me think of like, yo, I be changing my mind so much. Every couple months, I'm into a whole new thing.
And it's okay.
No, it's okay.
We made an episode called "It's Okay to Change Your Mind."
Yeah, I mean, I think that episode was more about like in a conversation, and if you like have a firm opinion about something, and in the middle of the conversation you change your mind, it's okay to admit to that rather than keep like, that's a different thing. But I mean, little lifestyle things and little lifestyle like positions you're in, I guess, like you're into the gym a lot, or you're into this specific thing a lot, or you have this specific friend you're hanging out with a lot during this period that maybe now in the present you're no longer talking to, like, and all those things attached to a specific moment, and you don't really realize how far away from that moment you are until you reflect back on it, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to look back at like January of 2022 or December or whatever. Like just a year ago today, I think I was very different.
I was about to say completely different person, but obviously not.
I mean, not just because I have blonde hair now.
Yeah.
But.
I don't know. I mean, it's good to change. And I feel like
I love it.
See, for me, for example, I feel like I haven't changed that much. If it maybe just like the type of clothes that I like kind of changed a little bit. I feel like now I really found like my go-tos.
But you feel like that now, but
no,
just
I'm not
wait
gonna.
a year from now.
Yeah, I might be
something you're into.
I might be into like, I don't know, something else. But right now, I just know exactly. It's so, not to go back to like clothing.
Yeah.
But it's very easy for me to like put an outfit together. It's not even, I don't know. I hate the term like I put an outfit together. No,
because Yoni doesn't even put an outfit together.
Like I just choose.
Dressed.
I just get dressed, and then it's I don't know, you call it whatever you call it. Like I guess it's an outfit, but it's I just have the same thing in the multiple colors.
Yeah.
So like I have like the pants that I really like that fit the most in like different colors, or same like with t-shirts, and I just kind of like change it.
Yeah.
I don't really do a lot of over the top things. I like very simple things.
Well, you just have like t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, crew necks, some couple sweaters and cardigans, and then pants, and you just constantly mismatch and like change.
I feel like everybody got that. You just named the essential things. Like everybody got pants, everybody got shirts.
But like for girls, you have different style of pants that fit in different ways.
Yo, I don't. I'm sorry if you listen to this, and I hate how your shirts are so small that I can like.
Oh.
Like those shirts, especially the summer shirts that I can just fold and put in my pocket.
A small crop top, like a baby tee.
It's like, what is this? Is this a shirt or like underwear? Like I can't. Like if I see something right there, it could be anything.
That's why my clothes are never really organized, because even if I
how do you even fold it?
I don't really. I just throw it.
Yeah,
I am a mess.
I mean, that's just something that you just have to work on. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so looking back on the year, a lot happened, I guess, in my life, but I realized a lot of things about what I want.
What did you realize?
And about like who I am. It was just it was the year that I was realizing things.
Okay.
That sounds like some shit like Kylie Jenner would say.
Who's that?
What? I would say like the biggest thing I realized was that it's time for me to just be okay with liking the shit that I like. And we're going to get back into that when we get to the resolutions. But before we get into the resolutions...
Damn, I want to know what you're about to say.
I won't forget. Before we get into that, though, I want to talk about just New Year's Eve. Because it's just around the corner. When this episode comes out, everybody's going to be like thinking, probably already figured out their New Year's Eve plans. Maybe not.
Can I just say something?
What?
I don't want to do anything. I really don't.
Well, I was thinking...
I refuse to get pressured to have to figure out something for New Year's.
Why?
It's a regular day. Like, what do you want to go? For me, New Year's, unless I'm in New York City.
Okay.
This is going to sound like, I feel like people are going to say like, what the fuck do you mean? New Year's is good everywhere. But I mean like, to me, even just like growing up, right? New Year's Eve in New York City
was the real New Year's.
I feel like only New Year's happened in New York.
Well, because they did a whole thing about it.
And it's because of how much shit they do. It just makes me feel like whatever I'm doing, like I kind of don't, I want to just like fly there and do that.
But that's, speaking of growing up with New Year's Eve, in Romania, in Bucharest, when I was little, we used to do kind of the same sort of thing they do in New York City, where they like walk on the street. Everybody has, I don't think they have fireworks in New York, but in Romania, you could just plainly
New York,
just
they
hold.
do have fireworks.
No, but like I can have the firework.
Oh.
I have the firework in my hand.
Yeah.
And we used to, get our own fireworks, and then you go with the whole family. You just had food at home. It was always, we had turkey because we don't have Thanksgiving in Romania, but for New Year's Eve, usually had like a turkey. And we would walk on the street to like a specific like plaza area, and then everyone would hold like their fireworks, and then they would like shoot it up in the sky, and then it was a whole thing, and like everybody was gathered in the streets for New Year's Eve. So I had that experience growing up, but now it's not that. Like New Year's Eve.
In Romania?
No. Just in my life now.
Okay.
It's just not, I don't know if people even do that anymore, but when I think of New Year's Eve, I truly think is just a new year.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do anything.
I mean,
I felt like you were about to say, I want to do this and I want to do that. And then you come back right back to what I was saying.
I'm kind of torn, to be honest. I'm kind of torn. Like, I don't know which way to go, because I have this romanticized version of New Year's Eve in my head that comes from New York New Year's. Fuck.
Yeah.
New York City and the New Year's Eve they have there in like Times Square, which like even if we lived in New York, I wouldn't go to that. But either way.
Why not?
Because it's, anyways.
We're gonna have a lot of New Year's in New York whenever we move there. You know that, right?
Yeah, but we're not gonna go to Times Square for New Year's Eve.
First year we have to.
No.
First year.
No.
We have to.
No.
Well, I'll just go by myself.
Okay. But I was going to say that from also movies and the way that New Year's Eve is portrayed, and having like, your New Year's kiss and who you're going with. And when you're an adult, you're going to, the way you get dressed up, and then you go to like a friend's house usually. And then they have the like New York, Times Square ball like going down, and people have drinks, and there's like a whole vibe, So that in my head, I have it, and it's kind of a romantic way of looking at New Year's Eve. And I think that all of my experiences of celebrating New Year's Eve have been very teenager-y. I haven't had that adult...
Teenager-y.
Teenager-y.
Okay.
I haven't experienced that kind of adult New Year's Eve, where you go to someone's house, they have like a nice-ass apartment. It's an adult apartment. And they have a couple other people come over, and like everyone is dressed like nice, and you're dressed up. You have like it's like a soiree of situation. Everyone has like shaken. You don't have a Smirnoff Ice, okay? And you don't have a beer. You have a nice cocktail that you make. It's like a level up of adulthood to have a New Year's Eve.
So you're saying this is what you want to do?
So I'm saying I kind of want to do that.
We got to find those people.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. We don't really have those people in our lives.
We got to find those people.
But I have this, that's what I'm saying. I'm torn between kind of what I feel like I would like to do, but the logistics of it aren't lining up. But at the very same time, I'm totally down to do what we did last year.
I don't even remember what we did. I think we stayed home.
We stayed home. We had 2 other friends come over, played board games, and literally had tea at midnight.
Yeah, that was a vibe, to be honest.
That was a vibe.
Yeah.
And at no point was I like, this is so lame. I was genuinely enjoying myself.
No, but also it's very cold around New Year's.
Okay.
So like going outside.
I'm not saying anything about going outside.
And watching the fireworks. I feel like that's some shit I did when I was a kid, and I was very excited about it.
Yeah. And now, I mean, rightfully so. Like once we have kids, we'll probably do that shit.
Yeah. But like now I don't care about fireworks.
Yeah.
Like I would rather like maybe go somewhere and have a drink.
Somewhere like a bar?
Not a bar, ew.
So like where? A restaurant?
I don't know, just hang out with friends. We might have tea again, to be honest.
I mean, I'm also so into tea right now.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say that it's okay to not have plans.
Oh yeah, we don't have plans right now, and I'm.
You know what's funny? I'm not even thinking about New Year's. I'm not thinking about New Year's. People are like, Yoni, so what are you gonna do for New Year's? I'm like,
because in some people's lives, it's a whole thing. And I can't wait.
Which is good for them.
Yeah.
We're not hating. We're not shitting on New Year's.
I'm saying I kind of wish that I was trying to do something.
Yeah.
But I have this in my head, this kind of image of New Year's, how I've seen it in the movies, of where you put on like a sparkling shirt or
sparkling shirt.
Not sparkly, but you're not wearing like an everyday outfit.
You're not wearing a hoodie on New Year's.
You're wearing like some cute heels or something, or some like boots, and you're dressed up. I feel like I never dress up.
I feel like I never dress up either.
I never dress up.
But I'm kind of okay with not dressing up.
I kind of want to dress up. I feel like I need to tap into that level of adulthood. You know, like I'm like, ooh.
Is this part of your what is it?
Resolutions?
No. I mean, yeah, it could be that, but I mean, what's the word?
Manifestation.
No, like crisis, like a
midlife crisis.
Not midlife, obviously not.
And not midlife.
Like identity crisis.
Identity crisis.
Yeah, Alia. Let me break it down for people, okay? Alia had this thing where she doesn't know. She knows who she is, okay, but she doesn't know exactly what's my vibe. Like when you ask yourself, what's my style? I feel like she has her style and I can see it, but I feel like it changes. It changes almost week by week, right?
No, it changes like every 2 months.
Okay, yeah. Genuinely. You know what? Why did I say week by week?
That's very extreme.
Yeah, that's very extreme. But I mean, should a person just have... Okay, wait. Let me ask you something. Do you want to have... Like when people think of you, do you want people to be like, oh yeah, that's the girl that dresses like that. That's her vibe. Do you want to have that?
Hell yeah.
Okay,
I want people to like think about
people...
me and think like, oh, she has some fire shit. Okay. And I feel like I'm not.
Okay.
I don't.
But so many people, they're like, I want to be diverse and I want to just have, like, I can get dressed however I want to and still look good, instead of just having like, oh, I only wear vintage shirts, and
which like you do, by the way.
Okay, but I can also wear different things and I'm okay with that. I don't want to be.
But I'm not saying that I want people to think that I wear specific type of clothes. I'm saying I want people to think about like, oh, Alia, she has a good sense of style.
I think people think that.
I don't think that about myself. But that's also because right now, in this moment, I'm hitting that I need a closet like refresh. Even though I just got hellish. My problem is that I just constantly think that I could have more shit.
And you can.
And I can. It's just... I don't want to talk about clothes like in this whole episode.
We should do an episode about just clothes and how like you feel about
Yeah. I think we should. But how did we get to this?
No, I don't know. But
because I wanted to dress up.
Yeah, and to what you were just saying, I feel like for me, for example, like having a lot of pairs like pants, it's not even something that I necessarily want to have. I'm trying to get rid of so many. I just want to have the ones that I really, really like. Like these ones, for example, are different than the ones I had in the last episode.
Even though
they might exactly look the same, but they feel different, right? Or they fit different. But I have a couple more than a couple actually, that I just know I don't wear at all.
But the reason why you haven't gotten rid of them is because you're like,
I just know
there
that
was gonna come a moment where like I will want to wear it.
Exactly. So that's just like my problem. I have a hard time getting rid of things that are in my closet. I would look at it and be like, last time I wore this was last year. And then when it's time to like throw it away,
you're like, but I kind of want to wear it right now.
But I can wear this tomorrow actually.
My problem is that I get really into like, okay, I need, like right now, I'm going to go shopping online. I'm going to be like, oh, I need this. I like this. I like that. I like that. I get like 20 new items.
Okay.
For example.
20 is a lot, by the way.
Okay. I get 15 new items, including t-shirt, little like jacket, little hoodie, whatever. Let's say I get 15 new items because those are my 15 new items that I'm very excited to have, I forget about all my other clothes, and all I can literally see when I look at my closet is those 15 new items. And then I continuously, every day, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do these pants with this now. And then I'm going to do the same pants, but with this now. And I constantly just keep doing that until I wear the shit out of those 15 new items for the next 2 months, if I can even get to that. And then I can no longer look at those clothes because I've worn the shit out of them. And I'm like, okay, time to get new shit. And that happens every time.
And that's very bad.
And I start to become blind to the clothes I had in my closet before.
Yeah.
So if anyone has a remedy to that, please let me know.
That's not, you really do that.
It's so frustrating.
But I don't understand. Like, let's say for example, if I get 15 new items, and one of them is like a pair of like just blue pants, right? I'm wearing those blue pants now with a new shirt that I got.
That's what I would do.
I'm not
I would
going
put
out.
on the new shoes, the new shirt, the new jacket, the new pants.
Oh my, yo, I would never do that. Like going out, imagine, yo, you know I never did that. You going outside with a full
new fit.
That's like,
I'm just so excited.
it's kind of cute that you do that.
and then I
That's
wear
so
it like
funny.
in the house, and I just wear it like I cannot wait to put that shit on again.
Yo, that's so funny. Buying some shit and just going outside as soon as you can
With that new shit.
with
Yeah.
the new pants, new jacket. That's so funny. Yeah.
You just feel so fresh. You feel like, oh,
I hate that. Like,
why do you hate that?
I don't know. I would just wear the new shoes with like some old ass pants that I have and then the old
I
t-shirt.
just get so excited for
And
new
then the
clothes.
next day, like I wear like one new item.
I need to be more like I need to consciously resolution 2023. I need to be more like conscious about how I release each new piece that I buy.
Exactly. You can't wear it all in one day.
And then I wear the same shit for like a week.
Oh my goodness, yo! If you're out there listening, I hope you don't do that. Okay,
I'm sure I'm not the only one. Like, if you do this, please let me know somewhere.
going outside with a full brand new fit.
It feels so good.
Yeah, and also I don't remember the last time I bought something new.
Okay,
Like actual.
it doesn't have to be like an actual new something, but I just mean like a new piece in your own closet. It can be like thrifted or whatever.
Yeah, thrifting is the way.
So.
Wait, one thing before we move on from clothes, okay? So I got this pair of loafers about, has it been a year already?
Yeah.
So
Probably more, I don't know.
And I really want to wear them like a lot.
Yeah.
I think I wore them, it might have
Like twice.
maybe twice, right? Maybe
whole
3
year.
times. And I feel like they're not my vibe. I have to be honest.
Even though you really wanted them to be your vibe. And even though when
It's
you
not
were
even-
thinking about buying them, I was like, it makes sense for you to buy them. Like,
I
it
think-
makes sense with your repertoire.
I think I just don't. Something about them makes me feel
Like you're doing too much.
not that I'm doing too much, because I love a good pair of loafers with like denim jeans. It looks so fire. It's like you can't beat that look.
But does it look so fire when you see it on other people or when you see it on yourself?
I think I just don't have. You can't wear. I don't know if you can wear like a pair of loafers with like baggy denim jeans. I don't think that's the look.
I think you wear loafers when they are like cut at the ankle and straight, like Dickies, or when you're wearing like
something
shorts.
about loafers just don't. I can't pull them off. I feel like.
Yeah, every time you try to put on that pair of loafers, I'm like, maybe try a different shoe. Like, I don't know why. I felt like it didn't hit when you see it.
Damn, I hate that. I really want to, and I'm still going to try.
Yeah.
But
that's the same with me.
I was like, damn, man.
Do you know,
I was so excited. I paid hella money for that shit.
Yeah. Do you know those heels that I bought that I never wore that
Which
are in the
ones?
closet? They're two
The
different
red ones?
colors. Red ones.
The snake pattern red ones, no?
No. I don't even know what you're talking about. No, they're like heels that I wanted to wear with socks. It's like a very trendy thing to wear heels that are like kind of short, and then you wear them with like a long sock that like stops kind of over your ankle. Anyways, I wanted to do this whole thing that I felt like I could pull it off, and I really liked the look of it when I saw other people do it. But then anytime I just couldn't figure it out. And it's such a funny thing because I also think that is why I constantly am changing my mind about the fashion and style I'm into, because we're constantly consuming other people's style. That it's not that I see it on the street, is that I see it in my phone, and I'm constantly seeing new type of like, oh, I need to get a leather jacket. I need to get a black one and a brown one. I need to get an oversized one, black, and I need to get an oversized brown, but I also need to get a tighter, smaller one in navy blue. And then I also need a puffer jacket in maybe 4 colors. And then I need like wool coats in a light wool and in a dark wool. And then I need all like just there's so much out there to get in a sense. And that's why it feels overwhelming.
And this is for someone who's like into clothes, or because there's some people who are just like, yo, I just got one jacket, bro.
Yeah. Like my dad.
Yeah, or me. I mean, I got like 3 jackets or 4.
Yeah. That's true. But you are more of a pants guy,
right? Exactly.
And a shoe guy.
Shoe, not so much. I love my favorite shoe right now is just the Chuck 70s.
Same.
That's my favorite shoe.
That's literally the only shoe I wear.
Yeah, I used to really be into Vans because I worked there for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And I had so many pairs because we got like this discount, and anytime there's like a new shoe that came in the box, we just open it and then get the discount and probably just take it home.
Yeah.
But yeah, my favorite shoe for sure right now is the Chuck 70s. They just feel so much better than. Wait, is this like a?
Yeah, I guess we're just talking about fashion shit. I mean, it's fine. It's like we're also. This is part of. It's a good transition to our resolutions.
Yeah.
Because we're like recapping. Fashion's fun.
No, it's fun to talk about. So wait, let me just finish what I was saying, right? So the Chuck 70s, they have like this cushion. If you have them, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Compared to the regular
ones. And I also had them before many times. It's literally night and day. It's literally night and day.
Yeah.
Just how you feel.
Yeah.
With them,
so
right?
like if you have regular Converse, get the Chuck 70s instead of the regular Converse.
Yeah, get the Chuck 70s. So that's my favorite shoe right now. But I have another.
Just looks so good.
Yeah, I have another shoe that I really, really like.
Should I guess which one it is?
Okay, I guess which one. It's like I don't wear it. Last time I wore them actually today.
Fuck.
But I didn't end up. I actually wore them outside.
Oh,
where we went.
Your Yeezy boots.
Yeah, my Yeezy.
Wait, those are your second favorite shoes?
Yes. My Yeezy Season 3 boots. I wish I could say I'm going to put a picture right here, but just Google that. But it's funny now because all of the things that are like, happening with Kanye and stuff. I'm not the type of person to...
You're not going to burn them, are you?
I'm not going to burn them. I'm not going to...
Because you're like, I spent money on that shit.
No, yeah. Those are like by far my most expensive shoes that I ever had in my life,
Yeah. And they're nice shoes.
But I'm just like, is this he's been kind of like wilding out and saying some like weird shit, right? And
to say the least.
I've seen people get rid of all their Yeezy stuff.
Yeah.
Like literally, I'm not wearing this. I'm not supporting this person.
And I understand.
I understand too, but when I look at that shoe, I'm not wearing it thinking that
it's made by.
Yeah, I just love that shoe so much.
Yeah.
So like I just wonder where people at with if you're supporting someone and they do something fucked up in the media, do you like stop listening to their music? Do you stop supporting their like?
I think we talked about this in the last episode of season 1.
I can't do that with these boots. I'm sorry. Like I love those shoes so much. I'm gonna wear them every time I can, especially now that it's cold out.
I think that if you like own like a piece of clothing or like a tangible thing that you spent money on and stuff like that, it's different than like listening to their music or like watching their movies or buying their things after this happened. I think that's different than if you already own, like I own like a pair of Yeezy slides that are my house shoes, and it's like I wear those because like I bought those shoes, I spent money on them, I have them. Like,
I think it's stupid to throw it out because of what he did or what he said.
I get it, but I also think that like I'm biased because I'm not getting rid of my shit, but I think like we shouldn't expect like people to just throw away their clothes, because in a way that's also like kind of silly. Yeah. Like that's not really doing a lot of, like that's not really helping any situation.
Yeah. One thing I will say though, when the R. Kelly thing happened,
Okay, but that's different level.
I literally, like, I haven't listened to an R. Kelly song
Nobody
since.
has. That's different though.
But there's some people who still do.
Yeah, don't. Sorry.
Because now when you hear the songs, you kind of like...
Well, also all the
who is he?
songs are fucked up.
Yeah. So, and then also, I forgot what the title of the album was, but I think it's called... what was that album?
You know, I don't remember the names of anything.
So it was the Aaliyah album.
Oh,
and she's in the
Age
front.
Is Just a Number song?
Age.
No, that was her song.
Yeah, Age and Nothing But a Number or something like that, right?
Anyways. And he's talking about her.
Yeah, and he's in the background on the cover.
Oh, it's her album.
Yeah,
cover.
it's her album, but he's in the background, and I never knew that.
Yeah, and he's like looking at her.
And she was 14 or 15.
Yeah, that's crazy. She also didn't look her age at all.
Yeah. Anyway, so R. Kelly is canceled, which is great.
He's been.
Yeah.
Anyways, a little off topic, but let's get into our New Year's resolutions a little bit.
Can I start?
Yeah.
Okay.
So eager.
Yeah, I want to get back in the gym.
Classic.
Yeah, I want to get... Wow, I feel like that's like everyone.
I want to get fit.
Yeah, because since the summer, I gotta be honest, I haven't been proud of like my gym. Okay, I got a confession to make. Okay, I never passed the 3-month mark with going to the gym consistently.
You know that about yourself? I don't really.
What do you mean you know that about yourself? Of course. Like,
I mean, like, I don't really have like in my head. I couldn't tell you right now what was like the longest time I was consistent.
The reason why I know that is because I pay attention to that. If I get to the 1 month mark, I'm proud of myself. I'm like, wow, this is 1 month, and I see all these different like results.
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing too, is because whenever I do go to the gym, I see results very, very fast.
That is true. I can't relate to that.
Yeah, like I can go to the gym for like a week or 2 weeks,
2
and
days.
then no, not 2 days.
You can already see a difference. Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I always just, after 2 months, I lose it. It's like something happens, or like
you get busy.
I get busy, or
get lazy.
Yeah, just everything that ends with a Z, right? Like I just, and this year I promised myself, as I do every year, that we're actually going to start working out together.
Yeah, and I mean, I have the exact same, resolution, but except
I feel like everyone got that resolution, unless you just don't give a fuck about it.
It's because, you know what it is? My resolution, actually.
Oh, wait. And it's not even to see results. Sorry. It's not even to, like, be bigger. Like, I don't want to be, like, I'm fine how I am.
Yeah.
But it's just to prove myself that I can set a goal and do it,
Yeah.
You hate my hand?
No.
Alia has this weird thing that anytime I let's say I hold the mic like this, she hates these 3 fingers. It's just
listen,
so... What?
I'm just weird. But there's certain things that Yoni does with his hands that just like...
It's so funny and weird.
That get me, like, I don't know how to explain.
Yeah.
Like, not get me in like, oh my God, it's so hot. They get me in like, I want to break his fingers.
Yeah,
but like, not actually.
Because they're so long.
They're just so long, and like, they have this way of like moving and...
Yeah. So New Year's for you, are you going to the gym?
I think it's good if you do one.
Okay.
One.
So mine...
So, I mean, we got yours, right?
Yeah.
So mine is like, not necessarily this exact same, but I think it's more about accepting... A lot of mine is about accepting what I feel and like not trying to go against it, because it never fucking works. That was my biggest realization for the last year. Is like, I'm into this type of thing. Let me go into this type of thing. Once I'm over it, whatever the next thing is you're into, go with that. So in the gym perspective, I'll be really into like, oh, right now I want to go to the gym, and like the last thing that was really my gym thing was that I was going to go and just walk on the treadmill uphill, do that 12-3-30 situation. But instead of 30 minutes, I would do it for like an hour. And I would just like, play whatever on my phone and just walk on incline. And I did that for about like, I don't know, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And I kind of got tired of that. I also got really busy. But after that, I was like, I kind of don't really want to do that anymore. And I I guess that's not really a good example because after that I didn't really do anything else. But there's been other times where like right before I did that, we were really into our running situation.
Oh my, the running era it was beautiful while it lasted.
Yeah, but it didn't last very long.
It didn't last very long, but it was fun.
Yeah,
like I had a good time.
What I wanted to say is that I was really into my running thing, and then there was a point where like I was starting to shift and not feeling it anymore. So I kept trying to do it even though I wasn't feeling it anymore. And I actually ended up really not wanting to do it. Where like now thinking about running, I have a bad taste in my mouth about it because I did it when I really didn't feel like doing it. Because I was training for that marathon, which by the way, I didn't run in. And
someone asked today, what about that marathon? Did you ever run it?
Yeah, I didn't do that shit. I guess like I'm not really making my point, but my point is that like I'm really into something and then I do it, and as soon as I'm over it, let me actually go on to the next thing rather than trying to push myself to still be into it, because I'm just need to come to terms with the fact that I'm a person that changes her mind all the time, and it never works out for me to fight against me changing my mind when it comes to clothes, when it comes to food, when it comes to cooking or not cooking,
music.
Or like the type of music I'm into, the types of shows that I'm into, anything.
Yeah, I think it's always best for you to like move on to the next thing, and
rather
it's okay.
Than like push against that wall.
Yeah, because then you're like you hate that thing, you're over it, but then why are you forcing yourself?
Because in my head, I'm like, I should keep going with this thing. Yeah. Or like, because I'm also very particular, depending on what it is.
Do you feel like you give up? Like you feel like
I get bored.
What happened with running? Let's talk about the running. We did the 5K together.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I did the 5, you did the 10K. Mm-hmm. I was very hyped, okay?
And at that time, I was hyped too. I was really enjoying it.
Yeah. You really got me into running, and I was like, wow, this is dope. I got some nice running shoes. I'm so happy I didn't get those Nike.
Yanni was ready to invest some crazy money in some running gear.
I was just excited that everybody told me that I can really like run.
Yeah.
And then we did the 10K around South Lake Union, and that was the worst experience for me.
I mean, there was like other variables that didn't go well.
I was running, and I thought I had, you know how you put a playlist and you know, like you kind of make it and you know exactly which song will come after the next. Like
I never have it. I usually play whatever playlist.
So I have it, and I will make like a long ass playlist, and not very like specific for each song, but you just know like
you just know what's on that playlist.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then around the time it was the DJ Khaled album that just came out, and I did listen to it already, but there's a few songs on that album that I really liked. So I was like, oh, let me add this song to my playlist. So I made a mistake, and I selected that song, but it wasn't on the playlist that I made. It was just on the album. Like the song played, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm good. I'm good to go.
Oh, okay. But then you actually were playing the whole album.
I was actually playing the whole album on repeat.
That song on the playlist.
Exactly. So, and I had this little belt. I put the phone in. And
it wasn't easy to change the song.
It wasn't easy. I wasn't planning on touching my phone at all.
Yeah. But your mistake was also the fact that you didn't stop to just take it out and change it.
Once I start running, I don't want to stop.
Okay, but
I feel like
I'd rather do stop and like make sure
that you're good,
so that my songs and shit is lined up so that I can have a good run rather than like run in misery.
Yo, I was in deep misery, and I don't love all the songs on that album. So, and on top of that, the album was on repeat.
Oh, and like that type of album too is just a lot.
And I didn't want to stop. The song that came after the initial song that I wanted was cool. Like I was like, okay, this is not what I thought I played after, but I was like, maybe I got something like, messed up. And it was song after song after song, and I was like,
and also your like earbuds, your earbuds were falling out.
Yeah,
and yeah.
I almost threw my whole belt out, like in the water. I was
And
so
that whole
mad.
time I had no idea. Oh, and you're like, your ankle was hurting too or something.
Yeah, that was towards the end, and that was like the longest run that I did. That was like 10K. That was a lot for me.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I don't think I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah. But either way, I just think that and I know some people might be like, okay, yeah, but if you have goals and something like that, it's good. You're supposed to push through even when you get bored, even if you don't feel like it.
Right.
It's not even if you're not motivated or excited because it's like a new journey you're on. You should still push through. Totally valid. Trust me, I was a dancer most of my life. That was just, I am very aware of that. However, I am not training to be a bodybuilder, to be like, I personally don't have those types of goals in my life. I have different goals, but my goal is to just like be healthy and move my body, especially since I work from home and I sit most of the day in all my jobs, like right now, that I just will end up like not walking or moving my body, like at all. And that's just not like good. So I'm not saying like you shouldn't, try to be consistent with like the same exact thing if that's like what you're trying to do. But since I don't have a particular goal like that, as soon as I get bored with one specific type of movement or workout, let me just move on to whatever that next thing is. As long as I do something next.
Yeah.
Next resolution.
That was just number one, right?
Yeah.
This whole time.
Let's go through.
Yeah. The next one for me is be more particular with the photos that I take. Instead of, and also take less photos on a shoot. If I go on a shoot right now, the average amount of photos that I take is about maybe 400 photos.
Okay.
Also depends on like the amount of looks that we do or outfits. But on average, it's like, 3 looks, about 400 photos.
Okay.
And that's just because I like to get everything that I can.
Yeah. And since it's digital, you're not even thinking. You're just constantly taking pictures.
No. I am thinking.
I mean, that's not what I meant.
No, I know. I'm definitely thinking, but I don't think about each shot because I know it's unlimited.
Yeah.
In a way. So, which is, by the way, I'm looking for a nice film camera, medium format, just like for a birthday gift.
So you're trying to get into like film.
Yes, trying to get into film, and I'm definitely want to print more photos. Like I want to start printing my photos more often. And just like, okay, this is what I'm trying to say. When I go to a photo shoot, I have to have like an exact idea in mind.
Yeah.
I want to be able to see the frame in my mind like so clearly. And then try to execute and get all the things that we need, go to the location, and obviously like explain it to the model that I'm working with, like this is what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, you want to have more like planning.
Yeah, and we're only going to have like, I don't know, maybe like 10 shots total. And that's also just going to save more time for everybody instead of just like, shooting for 2 hours and just taking hella photos. And then when it's time to edit, I'm like, damn, this is like a lot of photos to go through. So just being more specific with photos. And I don't know, I feel like I need to, when talking about photography, it's hard to like try to make it like in a small amount of time because I can keep going forever. But that's just definitely one of my resolutions this year, that I want to be more particular with what I create and really just have one photo out of the shoot and be like, this is the photo I'm posting, this is the photo I'm printing, and this is the photo I'm like sending to the model, obviously.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now that it's my turn, I don't really have another resolution. Here's the thing. For me, I don't really, all the resolutions that I made last year, I didn't really accomplish. Like, I mean, I accomplished some of them, like, the graduate. Yeah, I was going to do that anyways. And then, the getting the full-time job, and then the internship full-time job, like that trajectory. Okay. Yeah. Checked off. But there's other things like I want to read. I think there was one that was like, I want to read 1 book a month. didn't happen. Or I want to go to the gym every day for 30 minutes. You know, those types of resolutions are very specific, and they're also something that life happens, shit happens, things change. I just think they're like, I don't want to say this and people be like, oh my God, like, no. But I just think resolutions are kind of pointless, low key. I think instead of doing like a New Year's resolution, I think it's good to maybe realize like what point you are at right now and being like conscious of the trends you're seeing in your life and continuing with that if you like it. And if you don't, what direction do you want to go into? But being very specific about things like that, it's like, I want to wake up at 6 a.m. every day. It's like, okay, that's cool. But I just think that it's kind of a...
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Not that
it's pointless, but it's not as big picture as I think it should be for it to actually work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Resolutions, I feel like because it's an actual thing. Like, oh, what's your... So I feel like but those are just... Every year, I just have the same New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, exactly.
Every year.
Everyone's trying to, because also it makes sense. New Year's resolution, like right at, January is coming. It makes sense because to have them, because it's the holidays. You have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever else, New Year's. You're living your life. It's cozy. It's cold. You're eating those like nourishing comfort foods. So you've been kind of like, very much, I've been very indulgent in what I've been eating. I haven't been exercising much because I've been busy, but also because I kind of just like, I don't really give a fuck right now.
Yeah.
So January comes around. It's that like re-inspiration, that refresh, that reset button of like, let's get back on track. And it makes sense, and I understand the purpose of resolutions, but I also think that they just never really the way that they're set up, they never really worked for me. So that being said, I would probably just say that the way I've realized, as I said before, I realized a lot of things about how I function, and I'm more aware of like how my mind works in certain situations and like long term, how I change my mind about things and so forth, that I kind of want to just keep that awareness and like translate it into my actions and be okay with changing my mind. And also another big thing actually, I guess, is that I never fully committed to being like a creator in the digital space as like my full-time job, and also like doing podcasting full-time job. And those are like my two things and my two focuses. I've always either been like a student or had a job or something like that. And I just feel like 2023, I really want to try it out for a year to just be like full content creator mode.
Yeah. And I mean, so far things are working out exactly as, like, for example, like with the podcast we planned, also just like with your YouTube, and having this on YouTube now, which is a whole different thing that I even, we're going to have the comments that you love so much. Yeah. And it's just about getting, I just let them get to me. Yeah. Because I also think I get mad like when you let that happen. I can't not. That's why I don't even read them. And that's why I wish that when you saw a bad comment, like you just wouldn't tell me. Because you tell me, you're like, oh, this person like said this. And even though it's like... I say it because I think it's such a reflection on them. For example, right? I don't care about that. This is not a podcast. Like, for anybody watching this video, this is not something where, like, we don't talk about like crazy. We don't say anything wild on here. Yeah, it's so chill. So we're just chilling, talking. So if you're just a person somewhere and just like, I'm gonna say your hair looks bad in this video, they're clearly dealing with something else. Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like when people talk about specifically the podcast, and maybe they say like, "Oh, what Alia said was like so mean or like fucked up or like Okay, but that's because they don't know how we are. Like, we get on each other all the time. Like the other day, I said, "Oh, how you were saying that I can't sing, right?"
Yeah, and someone was like,
Someone
she was
was
just
like-
so mean.
Yeah, or there's like a few people that was like, oh damn, that's rude, but
Damn,
I
there's
didn't.
more people that said that.
Oh yeah, but let's not talk about that. But that's just how we talk to each other. Like we don't
Yeah.
really like if she I don't know. I feel like sometimes when we're in public and we talk to each other,
People are surprised by the way we talk.
no, the way we're just like so brutally honest with each other, they're it makes them feel like uncomfortable. Like it makes them just like, oh shit, like they're.
I guess.
You ever been around a couple that's arguing and you're just standing there like this?
But we're not arguing.
I know, but that was a different question I'm asking.
Yeah.
So you know that feeling you feel, right? It's like, oh damn, I don't want to be here. I kind of just need to.
I mean, yeah, it's hella awkward.
Yeah.
And do you have any other resolutions?
I can't remember. I
We
can't.
clearly prepared for this portion of the episode.
No, I think for me, I really just want to be happy. You know, I want to move to New York this year in 2023.
Say that.
Yeah.
That's, I think, if anything,
Yeah, we
that
really
is our New Year's resolution.
before like this time next year,
We're not here.
we live in Brooklyn.
Oh,
Okay.
just the idea of that.
And that's really what. Were you rubbing your head so much?
Sorry.
And also just something on like just like work related with the podcast. I think that we're gonna I really want to stay on schedule.
Yeah, I think now.
And I have to say it out loud on record because it's gonna keep us accountable. You know.
So 52 What's the Juice episodes.
Yeah. And with the video, not just audio.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, when things like, for example, in the past, when we like missed an episode on a specific day,
Or like
I want, yeah, exactly. I just want people to know that this whole operation is just me and Alia. So there's like nobody's sitting there making sure that like we're on time for,
Basically, nobody's helping us.
Yeah, exactly.
With any of this. And if you don't know about podcasting, you might not know because, we didn't even know how much goes into it. But especially once you do video, it's a whole other bang. It's a whole other bang. It's a whole other thing.
It's a whole other thing. But we love doing it. It's just a lot that goes into it. So, for example, for Alia now, when somebody leaves like a bad comment, it's so personal for her because it's like, you don't know how much we did for this to be out.
The amount of work that goes into it is a lot.
So, but to me, I don't give a shit. Like if I see somebody say something weird,
not necessarily that.
Okay, but
it's like it hits.
It should.
It's like my baby that we're like working so hard at or whatever,
I
and
know.
someone to say like, oh, like these videos are not like this isn't as good as expected or something like that. Like I don't know, it hits.
There's one person.
And even if it's one person,
She's not gonna forget that.
I feel like there's always more people that think that same thing that one person said. They just didn't comment.
See, I don't even think about that. Like you thinking about some shit that you didn't even see.
Yeah, I just do that. I do that with our relationship sometimes. I just be assuming shit.
For example, we're not going to get into this.
We're not going to get into all that because it's time to wrap up this episode. But
it's time to wrap up this episode, but I will say that I'm very excited for 2023.
Me too.
Being on YouTube for me personally is a totally new avenue, and I'm trying to do that together with my podcast. I mean, with the photography, and I don't know. It's exciting, but it's also like, okay, it feels more like a real thing now.
Oh yeah, totally.
Also, New Year's resolution. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna I don't know if that was the plan to say it on here right now, but I just really want. We're gonna do merch at some point this year.
I guess we won't keep that a secret.
Yeah, like it's not.
I don't think it was a secret because I think everybody knows us.
Yeah, everybody knows, but I don't know. I guess we haven't really officially said it.
Yeah, I mean we're figuring out the logistics. We're figuring out everything that has to do with that. But
and there's a lot to go into that.
What's the Juice merch? What's the Juice website?
Yeah.
It's all gonna. It's still blooming. The flower isn't.
Oh no, not at all. Like I feel like going from audio to then doing video.
And like video everywhere.
Yeah, video on all platforms. I never downloaded TikTok. I never had a TikTok. Yeah, I never downloaded Tactic. And
I hate TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of TikTok.
I feel like when I'm on that app, it's like a cheap app. It feels like an app that's like...
Really?
Instagram is just so beautiful to me.
No, it is. It is.
Like, just from a visual standpoint, I feel like TikTok is just like the software just is like something about it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we have our podcast available everywhere. TikTok, except Snapchat. I feel like Snapchat is not a thing anymore.
No.
Yeah.
We're taking this out of that.
Yeah, we're gonna blur this part out. But yeah, so I don't know. Like other than just doing YouTube for the podcast, I think I never wanted to vlog for myself.
Even though sometimes you kind of got into it.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, like, I feel like for me with the YouTube, I'm satisfied with just like being on this channel.
Yeah,
I don't want to do like my own like Yoni vlogs because then
I think it would be really fun though to take people behind the scenes of certain things
on this channel.
YouTube. Yeah,
I mean, that's eventually the fun. Yeah, that's the fun thing. We can you can just do so much with this channel. You can do
whatever you want because
we can also just vlog on this channel. Maybe that's like my chance to vlog.
No.
Why? See, Alec doesn't want me to vlog, bro.
Well, we gotta stay on brand.
So you're the only vlogger here in this family.
Well, no, I'm saying if you want to be a vlogger, just make a different channel.
What if we vlogged a little bit and then got into this episode?
We can brainstorm. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode of What's the Juice with your host, Alia and Yoni Koto.
Yeah, we are still working on our outros. I feel like I said that every episode.
What we didn't talk about?
What?
The intro and outro music.
Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, we're clearly, as you can hear the music playing right now, we chose to go back.
And earlier, I'm thinking we're probably going to play the music
to the old song. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But the outro always feels better because I feel like when you listen to it,
it's like, oh, it's starting.
Yeah, and like you hear the outro, and we looked through hundreds of songs. We can't find anything.
We did a lot of work in trying to find some new music, but for some reason, the melody we found for the old one, we didn't even search so hard for it. We just found it, and we were like, "Oh, this is good."
No, it's too good.
It's too good. Nothing like no melody matched that one, so we're just gonna use it again.
Yeah, we're gonna use that
because I think people already associate it with us.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Someone was like, "That music made you guys." So like it's they attach that music to like our personalities. I guess,
and I also think
and I agree with that. Like that shit is
it's like it gives you like that show vibe to have like an intro song.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up, guys. Shout out to everyone's dog. By the way, speaking of merch, oh wait, I said that last episode.
What?
Shout out to your dog merch.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I say it every episode. I need to stop. Okay, the day that shit will drop, just know.
Also, I'm thinking we kind of.
What?
Oh, I totally ignored when you were talking.
Yeah, I know. Like you do that sometimes.
I'm getting a little tired. Sorry.
No. Yeah. Shout out to your dog on the way.
On the way.
Shout out to your dog merch on the way.
Oh yes, and all other kinds of merch on the way.
What are you gonna say? I think we gotta go.
I was gonna say like, should we? Like, I want to include people on our merch journey. I want to give people the shit that they want.
Like, in what way?
Like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, oh, should we keep it all a secret? But then other times I'm like, we should include our community in the process. Yo, are you good?
Yeah.
So anyways, let us know. Comment on this video if you want to, like, if you have any ideas about the merch, what would you wear, what would you like, things like that. Just us going into the new year, we've been working on it and continue to work on it, and hopefully get it all ready for not the beginning of the year, but
I mean, definitely we're doing tote bags. That's like, I feel like that's the number one thing. Yeah, not to give it all away.
Yeah, I was like, you want to just tell them the whole catalog?
Yeah, I know. Anyways, guys, we love you. Subscribe to this channel. Now I can finally say subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
Like, don't just watch this video and just not subscribe, okay?
Yeah, please support your pals over here, Als and Yon.
Because we want this thing to go well, and then the more it works, the more we feel like, okay, let's keep going.
And the more content and good shit you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that said, thank you so much for listening. We also hope that everyone had a great holiday season.
Oh, and Happy New Year's.
And I guess Happy New Year's, since we're not gonna.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
This comes out right before New Year's.
Yeah.
So if you don't have New Year's plans, that's cool. We might not end up doing shit for New Year's. Oh, you know what I meant to say? Actually,
What?
sorry. Still going back. There's something I really respect about people that are like, when I ask them, oh, what did you do for New Year's? Oh, I just went to sleep at like 10 p.m.
Yo, that's fire.
That's fire.
Yeah.
And they woke up and life was just like, it was just another day. They went to the gym and they're on vacation. Like it's still kind of a holiday, you know.
I kind of want to do that this year.
Do you want to do that?
It's like, what did you do for New Year's? Oh, I was asleep. I didn't even. That's like so dope to me.
It wasn't a thing to me. There's something about that.
There's something about that. Yeah, let's see. We'll find out next episode.
We'll let you guys know what we end up doing. But have a good rest of your day or night or whatever time it is when you're listening to this. We appreciate everyone that listens to the pod, watches the pod.
Yeah.
You guys mean the world to us, since we wouldn't be able to do any of this without you.
Yeah.
And
shout out just to everybody who comments. Like everybody, whether it's good or bad, I don't care. Honestly, I told you. Like I don't.
Hey,
as long as
any engagement is good engagement.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end it here, y'all, because we could just keep blabbing on. So see you guys later.
See you later, and stay safe out there. Don't drive in the snow if it's icy outside. Okay, if it's not necessary, stay in the house. Make sure you have food. Drink a lot of water. Drink your tea. Yeah. We're out.
Okay, bye.
See ya.